It's Monday. It's time for a new training. Oh, yeah. Okay. Enough of my singing and dancing. Nobody cares. Okay. So, this week, we are going to talk about planning and making sure that we are being intentional with our time. If you have watched me or know me, being intentional with my time is something that I really focus on. And I focus on it because I am busy, right? I work a full-time job. I'm in school full-time. I have a family. I have a grandkid. I've got, I'm just like everybody else, right? I've got shit I need to do, right? All the time. And still being able to work my business full-time, because I do work my business as a full-time job, right? So I have 2 full-time jobs, really, I guess. So being able to do all of that and still being able to stay on track, still being able to do my own personal development, my own business, follow-ups, meetings, coaching calls, doing trainings, hosting trainings, jumping on, like the group activities and work at Wednesdays and things like that, right? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I will tell you right here and right now that if you are wanting this to be a full-time income or part-time income, or you have goals when it comes to this business, then my friends, you're going to have to get yourself organized. And for everybody, this is going to look completely different. I am a very digital person, but I'm also a very paper-based person. So if if you've been around for a hot second, like my main follow-up system is still my binder system. Okay, my binder system, love it. It still works wonders for me. It's not in here. I was gonna say, then I've got my iPad, right, where my planner is. So I do digital planning, and so that's just something that is in a routine and a habit, and I know that, because I don't always take like my MacBook with me to work or wherever I'm going. But if at least I have my iPad with me, I know I've got everything that I need, right? Because all my things are there. All my things are there. It's like an office on the go. But if you don't have that, your phone can do just the same thing, right? There's apps, there's to-do lists, there's reminders, there's notes, there's, all kinds of things that you can do in there. You still have access to all of your programs. You can still access your workstation from your phone, right? So no matter if you're paper, if you're digital, if you've got a laptop, a computer, or if you're just working from your phone, it doesn't matter, right? You just have to be intentional, you have to be organized, and you have to be focused. You have to be focused. And for some, it may come rather easy, or it may look like it comes rather easy. I will say I am a very type A person, okay? I like lists. I like things organized. It helps with my overall mental health and my anxiety. When I am not planned, when I am not organized, I even do meal planning, right? Like I prep my meals, I do all of that. But here's the thing. When I don't do those things, I feel out of sorts. It's the same way, like I can't go to bed at night unless the kitchen is cleaned and the dishes are out of the sink, and like I can't sit down and relax at the end of a day if there's dog toys all over the floor, whatever. Like all the things just have to be done. It's like mentally picking up my brain every day. And so one of the things that has kept me on track over the years and throughout the course of running this as my business, my full-time business, has always been of giving every day that I'm working my business a theme. So this may not be new to you guys, or this may not be something that, probably you've heard from the first time. For some of you, maybe it is. But I like to give a theme to each day of the week, because when I have the hour after I get home from work in the gym, or if I've got class or whatever, right, I know everything that I need to focus on for that amount of time. And some nights are easier than others. Some nights I might have more time than others, right? So I may have an hour or 2. There's other nights I may only have 15 minutes, right? It really depends on what's going on with the family, with all the things, right? If I wasn't prepared, if I wasn't planned, if I wasn't keeping track of things, I will tell you, I would not be where I am in my business because things would be dropping off, right? Things would be falling off that I probably wouldn't even realize were dropping off, and my business wouldn't continue to grow. So in order to have that growth, in order to see the results that we're working towards and that we're really focused on, we have to stay organized. And so I wanted to share with you, because in talking to team members and having conversations with you guys, one of the main problem points that I've seen come up with a lot of people is they're like, okay, first of all, I'm not a planner. It doesn't come naturally to me. Second of all, it's like I just get overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. And I think with not just with this, but with a lot of things, right? We have that fear. It's that fear of not knowing what to do. So you're literally like frozen in place. You're frozen in place because you don't know what to do. You have so many things on your to-do list that you don't know where to start. And I do this to myself a lot. I was talking to my friend, sorry, excuse me. Still getting over this congestion crap. I was talking to my friend last week, and as we were, just kind of going over our week and making our plans and things like that, we really just kind of, I said, and I was very candid, so I'll be candid with you too, right? I tend to like to do things really on that type A spectrum, right? So for me, well, planning and having everything organized or together might look like it comes really, really easy. Here's the thing. I also have the problem of overcommitting myself. And then when I have like this huge list of things that I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and that, and this, and that, and this, and that, and this. And then what happens is I am frozen in so much to do in my own to-do list that I don't know where to start. So even for myself, who I like to think I'm high functioning anxiety and type A, I can paint myself into a corner very easily. And when that happens, what happens when I paint myself into a corner and I overcommit or I take on too much? I shut down. And it's the same thing if I don't have any planning, right? I don't know what I should be working on, what I should be doing every day. I shut down. And so in order to kind of keep me on a level, this is what I told my friend that I was going to do, right? So I told her, and she's going to love this. I know she is. She's going to love this. So I told her what I was going to do in order, because I really wanted to tackle my personal problem of getting myself overwhelmed, because it is my own personal problem, because I do it to myself, right? There is nobody in this business who is hanging over my shoulder saying, Jacqui, you need to get done all of these things this week. That's your deadline, right? There's nobody telling me a deadline. I'm the one creating the deadlines for myself. I'm the one setting myself up, and I'm the one creating my plan. I'm the one working my business. So why do I do that to myself? It's part of my personality, right? I like to help others. I want to be a resource for a lot of people. And so I do tend, because I want to do that so bad, and for everybody, that I do tend to overcommit. Yes, you can crumple in overcommitting just as much as you can crumple without committing at all, right? Like not doing anything or not knowing where to start. So I told Sharon what I was going to do is I was going to sit down and I was going to limit myself. I was going to limit myself to make sure that I didn't freeze myself in place to only 3 tasks a day. Now, granted, I'm not going to brag, but I'm kind of an overachiever when it comes to myself, okay? So when it comes to myself, yes, where I sit here and I say, yes, I'm only going to commit to 3 things. I'm going to put 3 things on a to-do list every single day. I will probably do more than 3. But at the same time, this is going to keep me from overcommitting. because that's my problem, right? I needed to find a solution for my overcommitment issues. So if you are finding yourself in either one of those pools of thought, right? Maybe you've overcommitted, you have so much on your to-do list, you don't know where to start, or it's the opposite. You have no clue of where you should be starting, what you should be doing, how to even begin that, or to create a habit, or to get on track. This is for you. This is for you. So I created this very quickly. It's a very simple thing, okay? It's very simple. It's not complicated. And I wanted it, as much as my perfectionist self wanted to sit here and create this very intricate, designed, and columns and tables and all of this stuff, what did I do? Brought myself back. No, Jacqui. No. We're not doing that, because the whole point of this is to make things simpler. It's to keep things easy. It's to keep things doable. Doable. Because the whole point in this business is we can sit here all day long and we can plan and we can brainstorm and we can get on a group training, or we can get on a work at Wednesday, right? And we can have all of this stuff that we're like, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to try that. And then if you don't take action, what happens? Nothing, right? Probably nothing. I mean, unless sales just kept beating your door down, then by all means, let them beat your door down. But for me, if I'm not taking action, right, then probably my business isn't having any action either. So my question to you is, are you seeing action in your business? Are you seeing action in your business? Are you seeing action in your business on a regular basis? Haha, right? Okay. I know what I did there. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Consistency. You know, that's my favorite word. Consistency has to take over at some point. And for consistency to take over, we have to have a habit in place. So what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing to set yourself up for that success? What are you doing to move your business forward? What are you doing to work on getting more sales? What are you doing to have more customers? What are you doing to build your team? What are you doing to be able to promote? What are you doing to be able to get your paycheck to where you want it to be? Does anybody else want a little bit more on their paycheck? Hi, I'm Jacqui. I would love to have more on my paycheck next month. Okay, so I have to take action, but my problem is, right, I take too much. I commit to too much, and then it's too much. So we're going to keep the simplicity in it all. So don't worry, I'm going to share the template. This is a Canva template. And again, I made it in Canva because I wanted it to also be something that you can customize to you. Because again, at the end of the day, I am me, you are you. We're not in competition, right? But you have to set yourself up for success in your business and how you work it. And to be fair, before we even dive into this, here's the thing. You have to be completely upfront and honest with yourself about what you can do and what you are able to do, okay? Because I will tell you, over the years of being a consultant, having this business, I have had pie in the sky dreams, right? Like, I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to learn all these programs. I'm going to get so good at doing this. I'm going to do so good at doing that, right? And action, right? Action. Or maybe I didn't get time to learn how to do that program. And as that happened, it took me forever to even get started, like doing project broadcasts, because I had to like teach myself project broadcasts. So it took me a minute to learn project broadcasts. And then when I started doing project broadcasts, it wasn't for me. It wasn't the right fit. So I spent all of that time learning it and setting it up and doing all the things for a whole system that I didn't even use. Why? Because it wasn't authentic to me. I am somebody who, if I am going to send you a message, then I'm going to send you a message. I just don't like, while the automation is great, it's just not me, and it's not organic to me, and it just doesn't fit me and my aesthetic. It doesn't fit me. So I spent all that time to learn a program that I didn't even end up using. Have you felt the victim to that as well? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Hi, I'm Jacqui. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay, so we're going to keep things simple, right? So we are going to go along the 3 method. That doesn't even sound like a good name. Should I call it the 3 method? I don't know. I'm just going to call it my checklist. Okay, so this is this week's to-dos. That's what this is. This week's to-dos, okay? Again, this is a template. Okay, I'm going to share it with you. Don't worry. It's going to be posted here. When you're watching this on YouTube, don't worry. It'll be down in the description. Just look in there and click away. Okay, again, this is very basic. I pulled myself back. I didn't get too detailed with it. So we are going to commit to taking action in our business. So we have to have a plan to taking the action in our business. Now, who doesn't like a good checkbox? I love a checkbox. Makes me feel accomplished. I don't know if you can see back here, but even on my dry erase board, like I've got checklists or got checkboxes on my dry erase board. I love to check things off. It gives me satisfaction. I feel like I've done something. I feel like I've accomplished a goal or a mission or an action. Okay, so we put check boxes on this because it's a satisfaction thing. And here's the other thing. Now, on the side, you will see there are 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I want you to just pick 5 days of the week that you are going to commit to working on your business. Now, everybody has a different schedule. Everybody has a different life. Everybody lives in different time zones and areas and kids and things and work and all the things, right? We all live different lives. So that is why I didn't write like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I literally put a line so you can choose what works best for you. Because maybe you work during the weekend. And you're like, yeah, I work on the weekend. That's when I get the most of my work done because I have another job or I'm with the kids or whatever during the week. And so I can't do that Monday through Friday. But Saturday and Sunday, I'm totally on board with. Okay, so take that Saturday and Sunday and then sprinkle in a little salt and pepper throughout the week. And then you just got to pick 3 days a week, right? Okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And remember, we're keeping it simple because we're only sticking to 3 things a day, okay? 3 things a day. That is it. That is where I want you to start. That's where I want you, if you're like me and you are somebody who ends up overcommitting, then you're going to stick to that 3, right? It's going to be a hard 3 for you, okay? That's it, hard 3. You're going to do 3, you're going to be done, boom, okay? And if you're also like me and if you're an overachiever and you're like, oh, I don't feel that accomplished, I'm going to do some more, then by all means do some more. But at least your checklist is going to look pretty, okay? So these are going to go in my binder system, okay? I already have, sorry, I'm working with one hand. I already have back here in the back, I have a whole extra, I got an extra thingy. So we're going to go back there, okay? So I'm going to use this for every week. So Sundays for me, Sundays are my planning days. It's also when I do my meal prep. Like I do a whole reset on Sundays. If you follow me on TikTok, then I'm sure you'll see. But I do whole resets on Sundays with my entire life. So on Sundays, I like to sit down. I like to plan my week out. I like to decide how I'm going to do things, what needs to be done, if I've got trainings, if I've got meetings, coaching calls, all the things, right? All of that is there. And so that's when I do this. So again, fill in the blank with whatever day it is. It is going to be your reset day, aka your planning day, okay? So you're going to sit down once a week and you're going to take 5 flipping minutes and you're going to fill this out, okay? You're going to fill it out. If you're digital, you need to type it, whatever, keep it in your phone, do it that way. Whatever floats your boat, that's how you're going to do it. But you're going to pick 5 days. And then for each day remember, we're sticking to 3. We're sticking to a hard 3 rule, okay? So we're going to do 3 actions. These are things that you are going to do. So like I said, I have a theme to my days of the week, okay? Mondays for me are more personal development days. So for me, what I will, you know what? I'm not even going to say what I will. Here's what I'm going to do, okay? because I'm going to take action right here, right now with you. So that's what we're going to do. Monday. We're going to pretend like it's Sunday. It's Monday. Okay, Monday. Monday. So Monday is my, and I'm just going to write it next to it, personal development. That is the theme of my day. So what are 3 things that are going to help me on my personal development that I want to get done today, right? So, all right, so I'm going to watch one training. Now, that could be on YouTube from a leader that I follow and that I really like, that I connect with. It could be something on your workstation. Okay, you can get it on your workstation. Maybe you missed last Tuesday's all consultant training call. You can hop on your workstation. Ba-boom, it's right there. Okay, so that could be one thing if that's for you. Another thing for personal development. What's another thing that I'm going to do? Okay, personal development. Oh, I am going to... I'm going to set my goals for the end or the last half of the month. Because I need to plan, right, for the second half of the month. We're at the middle of the month. It's the 17th, for goodness sake. I got to make sure that my month is going to end strong. Remember, this is my second full-time job, people. I got stuff to do. All right, so I'm going to watch a training. I'm going to set goals for my second half of the month. And then for my personal development, my other thing is going to be, where's my other little list? Okay, I'm going to reach up to my SSD. Because she's the one who is my sponsor, pretty much. Well, I mean, she's not my sponsor, but my sponsor and I we don't talk. My sponsor blocked me like 8 years ago or something. I don't know. Like I don't even know. I don't know. So my SSD is my upline, and that's my person. I mean, I don't know why I just told you that, but I did. Okay. All right. Moving on. Tuesday. Tuesday for me, my theme of the day is team. It's all about team on Tuesday for me. Okay. So 3 things that I want to do on Tuesday. Well, I already know these things because they're habits now. But these are just what I'm doing. So I'm going to run my team report. I'm going to post the top 50 performers. I do that in my group page. Here, duh, okay. And then I am going to message / email, so I might do it in email, my frontline. Okay, there's Tuesday. There's team day. Okay. All right, Wednesday. Wednesday is my action day. So that's my theme, is action, right? So I got to do something on that day. So on my action day, so what I really need to do, because I haven't done it yet, didn't get to, oh, dang it. See, this whole one arm thing, I'm telling you, y'all, it's a thing, breaking a wrist. All right, so I've got the summer collection. I need to make those samples so I can get them out, so I can get them under noses. So Wednesday, sample day. Sample day. So I'm going to make felt samples because it's hot. I'm also going to create a rack card for said samples. And then I'm going to pull a report. This is a customer report. So I'll write that in there. Customer report for the last 90 days. So that way I can determine who I'm going to send the samples out to. All right, so there's Wednesday. Okay, Thursday. Thursday is going to be follow-up day. It's always been a follow-up day for me on Thursdays. Well, at least it has been for quite a while. I don't know exactly how long, but for quite a while. All right, so I'm going to message / follow up with customers in a rolling 30 days. So when I say a rolling 30 days, right? So it's not just like, oh, since the 1st of June, like I go back for a rolling 30 days. So 30 days prior. So the month before where I'm at there. So on Wednesday, it'll be 17th, 18th, 19th. So I'll go back to March. I'll go into my workstation and I'll run it from May 19th to present. And then I will literally just check down the list and do those follow-ups. So I'm going to message for my rolling last 30 days. Then I'm going to write, because I do handwritten thank you cards. So I'm going to write thank you cards to hosts. So I'm going to write those thank you cards. And then I'm going to follow up with my party hosts. So the people who have shopping links right now, I'm going to follow up with them, do a quick check-in, and make sure that all of that is on the up and up, and we're looking good. Then on Friday, Friday is going to be, personal development team action plan. So it's really, I like to say social media, but to me, it's just when I do the majority of my social media. Okay, so I'm going to schedule next week's posts. This is another reason why I like to do social media on a Friday, because on Thursdays, if you are familiar, right, that's usually when Scentsy is telling us what's going to be releasing next week, right? So like Thursday last week, we knew that Ratatouille was coming out. Well, we knew that anyway from the planning ahead, but anyway, it was released, right? So like all the things came up, so we knew. So on Fridays, it's a really good day for me to be able to do that. And I like to touch base with my customers and schedule those posts for the next week on Friday, because again, it's closer to the next week, right? So it's more current, I guess, if you want to say it that way. So I'm going to schedule next week's post in my VIP and Instagram. So I'm going to do that. All right. Also on social media. So I'm going to email. I do a weekly email to customers. Again, I like doing that on Fridays because I have the information from Thursday. I know what's coming up. I can plan a little bit better. I can give my customers, again, more of like a rundown and overview, all of that. And then for my social media, I am going to do content. That means, and when I say content, so here's the deal. So it kind of depends on my content. It depends on like where my creativity is flowing that day, okay? Because there's some days where I'm just not feeling that creative. Maybe I don't have the creativity, or I just don't feel like doing a reel or a TikTok, or maybe some weeks I'll do, you know, an unboxing or a sniff reveal or whatever, right? Like I'll do a quick video, put it up on my YouTube, do a reel, whatever, do all of that. There's some days where I'm just not feeling that. So when I do content, so that would be a day that if I'm not feeling like being in camera, on camera, doing camera, then I'm going to be taking pictures of product. Okay. So maybe it's me putting up the summer wax bars and aligning them so they're all cute, like in a little circle, so it looks like a rainbow sun or something. I don't know, whatever. So I will just kind of go around the house. I'll do like a quick little photo shoot. I like to say bank my shots, right? So I bank my pictures so that way I can use them throughout social media posts, right? So when I am working, doing social media, or I want to put together a quick reel later on next week or whatever, when I'm making content, I already have things that are banked, right? Like I've already taken pictures. I don't have to stop and go, oh, I want to talk about the air purifier. Oh, I wish I had a picture of my air purifier. I've got pictures of my air purifier because I took the time to take pictures. Okay, following. Okay, all right. So that's just an idea. There we go. I know it's crazy handwriting, but other things that you can do, of course, depending on where you're at, right? So posting on your VIP page, posting, having those sponsoring conversations. I like to work that in on a monthly basis. So that's not really, I mean, I will do it in a week, but it's just not the week for me doing sponsoring. So I like to do those. At the beginning of the month, for example, I like to look out at birthdays. And so I like to be able to pull those birthdays and do some birthday mail or shout outs, things like that. Messaging customers. I mean, again, follow up, going live in your VIP group, on your personal Facebook page, on any of those, Instagram, TikTok, doing all the things. All right, so those are just some other ideas that you can throw in depending on your day. Next on our checklist, our simple checklist, I put the card of Scentsy Club, right, with all of the perks, because we've been talking about perks of Scentsy Club lately, right? So this week, right, I'm going to have 3 at least. We're doing the rule of 3. We're going to have 3 club combos. All right. So I'm going to write the names of the people that I'm going to reach out to have a conversation with about Scentsy Club, because I'm already going to be doing all of these things this week. So like when I'm running for my follow-up, right, when I'm looking at those thank you cards, things like that, part of that might come into the combo, right? Because I might pull up my order history and be like, oh my gosh, look at Michelle. She ordered 6 bars of the ratatouille scent, or Bon Appetit scent today, right? Oh my gosh, she's going to need to add that to club. She needs to create a club for this, right? Like, we need in on this. So those are like the conversations that we're going to have. So sometimes you might be able to check these off a little bit quicker than you even realized. All right, so we're going to have 3 club combos. Now, here's the only variation, and it's simply because follow-up is a huge piece of my business, and it should be of yours. If it's not, it needs to be. Incorporate it now. Thank me later. Just do it. But follow-up combos, we are going to have 5. This is the only part of the 3 rule that we're going to break, okay? Because we're going to have 5 follow-up combos, okay? We're going to have 5. So I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you're messaging. I don't care if you use Project Broadcast, TikTok, carrier, pigeon, make it into an airplane and fly it across the street. Don't care. Just do it. Take the action and make it happen. All right? Okay. All right. So this rule of 3 is going to help you to get organized. It's going to help you to have a plan. It's going to help you feel more in control. Now, hey, Jacqui, what if something comes up? Excellent question. Okay, if something comes up, because now mine is Monday through Friday. Okay? Now, I am off on the weekends from the other job. But so what this means is, let's say on Thursday, maybe my whole day goes to poop, right? It just goes to poop, down the pooper. It's gone. I lost the whole day, whatever happened. Okay, fine. Life goes on, right? So maybe if I lose all of Thursday, then I might turn around and say, you know what, on Saturday night, I'm going to have a little bit of extra time. I'm going to come back in and I'm just going to cross out Thursday and I'm going to write Saturday, and then this is going to become Saturday, and there's my 5 days. Okay. So it is not the end of the world if something comes up. It is not the end of the world if you lose a day because you're sick, the kids are sick, it got too crazy, it got too hectic, or maybe you were just in a bad mental space. Okay. That happens to all of us. So if that happens, you have your list. All you have to do is pick that little listy up, cross it out, and pick another day or time. That's it. And that's what's going to keep us accountable, keep us on track, and keep us consistent. I really hope that this week of 3, I don't know. I need to come up with a better name. If you have a better name, you let me know. Okay, we're going to come up with a better name. But the whole 3x3 by 3x3 method, whatever, we're going to stick to this. This is going to help me from my overcommitment issues. This may help you into diving more into your business, being more intentional, having a focus, knowing what you should be doing, what you want to get done, okay? And I will also go ahead and list out some ideas so you guys have some ideas to pull from, because if none of these really sounded like things that you would do, then by all means, they don't have to, right? Like I said, I like to give each day that I'm going to be working a theme, because that helps me to figure out what are 3 things I can get done. All right. So if that kind of helps you along those lines, then give it a theme. Okay, it could be customers, it can be team, it can be group, it can be sponsoring, it can be parties, it can be fundraising, right? I don't, again, fill in the blank. Whatever works for you and your business, give it a theme, okay? The things that you want to focus on, the things you want to get better at, the things you want to be consistent on. This is what we're working on right now, okay? We are doing big things at the rest of 2024, y'all. My business is going to be bigger by the end of 2024 than it is today. And that's because I'm taking action now. That's because I'm putting these things into action. I am being intentional with my time and I'm focused on my business. This is how you make things happen. You don't just wake up one morning and all of a sudden have a ton of new customers knocking at your door, right? They don't just show up out of the blue. It's because you were consistent in doing things like this, right? And taking the time and working your business. Now, it also doesn't mean that just because I did this 1 week, that next week, oh my gosh, here's all the customers, okay? Here's the other thing that I want you to keep in mind that someone once told me, and I wish I could remember who told me this, but it has always stuck with me and it has always rang true. The things you are doing today will bear fruit in the next 90 days. So the things that I'm committing to today, the things that I'm working on week in, week out, right here and now, in the next 3 months, I'm going to see results. Why? Because I've been consistent, because I've been focused, and because I've been intentional. And I've kept moving forward on that, right? It's the same thing. I want you to compare it to, I like to call myself a little gym rat. I mean, right now I'm a little broken gym rat, but I like to consider myself that now because I actually enjoy it now. It's shocking. I enjoy it. I never thought that would be me, but it is. But right, I wasn't toning my body just by showing up to the gym 1 day a week or once a month, right? I have to show up consistently to be able to see those results. And it doesn't mean that just because I went and worked out 5 days last week, that this week I'm like, oh, hello. No, it's consistently day in, week in, month out of doing the work, right? That's how we see the results. That's how we get to where we want to be. So take that concept, apply it to your business, fit it to you. Be authentic to you. Your list should not look like mine. I mean, if you want to take ideas from mine, by all means, take my ideas. That's what I'm here for. But what I'm saying is, do the things that are going to work for you in your business. Do the things that make sense for you in your business. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is like, do my emails, right? If you don't have an email list, then obviously, hello, that's not going to work for you. I'm not telling you to learn something new. I'm telling you to, if you're somebody who maybe messages your customers, right? Like on Facebook or whatever, then message them. Conform this list to how you're going to work your business. Because if it's something that you're going to do, I don't want you to step outside. I mean, I do always want everybody to step outside their comfort zone a little. But when it comes to actually like putting in the action and the work, again, don't be like me. Don't sit there and take all this time to learn a whole new system and do a whole new thing that you don't even know if it's going to work for you. Start with where you are comfortable. Start with where you're at, and then you can move forward into those other things, okay? You don't have to learn all of the fancy things. You don't have to be doing all of the things right at the beginning to be successful. You just don't. You just don't. So, all right, template will be there for you to use. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out and ask me. That's what I'm here for, because we're taking action. We are going to do big things, and I cannot wait. So come along with me. Please come along with me, all right? All right, love y'all. Bye.